Robert Saleh has got a second interview in person with the New York Jets.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, Micro Mike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch Micro Mike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to Micro Mike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What is going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. We talk all things Detroit Lions news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how Robert Saleh has a second in-person interview with the New York Jets. We got Pat Fitzgerald, who is denied all coaching requests and interviews. Ed Dodds will be interviewing for the Detroit Lions, and General Manager George Paton, a second in-person interview with the Denver Broncos. Before we get in this video, if you're not a subscriber and 50% of you are not, that is straight nuts. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on content. I'm dropping content every single day. I got a lot of breaking news that takes place, and you never know when the video drops. Also, let's get these likes up on this video. The heads of Chat Sports, like I've been saying, they have a big microscope on my channel. They want to make sure that I can get over 200 likes in this video. So let's get to 200 likes, and it brings the video out via YouTube algorithm, and that would be fan-freaking-tastic. Northwestern College head coach Pat Fitzgerald has denied all requests to be interviewed for head coaching positions in the NFL, and that is completely fine with me. I know he was connected to the Detroit Lions, and I really didn't think he was a candidate I would prefer. I'm looking for somebody who has experience in the NFL, who has some sort of experience in the game. I'm a little bit worried that a head coach from college could come in here and really change the trajectory of this team, considering the fact of all the past losses and issues that we came here. So he will not be the Detroit Lions head coach, and that's fine with me. Pat Fitzgerald, look, continue to do what you're doing in college and maybe have another opportunity at some point if you want to jump into the NFL. But clearly, you don't want to do that this year, and that's perfectly fine. Are you going to be frustrated if Robert Saleh is hired as the next New York Jets coach? Let me know in the comment section. Just simply put a Y for yes, N for no. That will be the pinned comment. It just takes a second while the ad is taking place. If you like George Paton and you wanted him as general manager of the Detroit Lions, well, I have a tweet for you from Dave Birkett and Adam Schefter. Dave Birkett, a second interview for Paton in Denver. Vikings assistant general manager and vice president of player personnel George Paton is flying to Denver today to meet with the Denver Broncos officials for their general manager job. Per source, Paton is the first Broncos general manager candidate to be interviewed the second time. That is interesting. Now we're starting to see second interviews lined up for positions of head coach and general manager, and generally when an individual flies in person to have a second interview, they're very high on the list. And with this news here, there could be a chance that George Paton will be the next general manager of the Denver Broncos. He could be offered the position, and then he'll be off the list of the Detroit Lions. I know a lot of Lions fans, including myself, thought he would be a good candidate. Did a lot of good roster making, did a lot of good free agent signing, helped the Minnesota Vikings turn a roster into a good football team. He was an individual I had on my initial top 5 list, so it looks like it's possible that he could be the next GM of the Denver Broncos, and that would take a good one off the list. We still have a lot of general managers out there that are high on the list that could be a very good candidate. So if he gets crossed off, we're just going to have to look elsewhere, and we'll see and we'll watch what happens with George Paton with the Denver Broncos. But again, now we're starting to see second interviews, and it's only a matter of time before the Detroit Lions at some point start doing these second interviews and narrow this thing down. Talking about second interviews, we're going to go ahead and talk about Robert Saleh, and here is a tweet via Dave Birkett and Ian Rappaport. Dave Birkett mentioned Saleh bring in play Jets yesterday. He's news of a second interview with him in New York. Interesting to see how this one shakes out. Ian Rappaport, as the Jets narrow their list of head coaching candidates, they're flying in 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh for a second interview today. Per me and Mike Garofalo, the first known finalist for the New York job, and there will be other likely in-persons as well. Folks, you're about to hit another ad break, and when this ad takes place, do me a favor and hit that like button. When you hit that like button, the video gets out via YouTube algorithm. It spreads the word about. I am just one guy. The legacy media is a juggernaut. It's difficult to get my word out against theirs. So do me a favor and smash that like button. He's a finalist for the New York Jets, folks. Robert Saleh, the coveted defensive coordinator that a lot of teams would look at to be their head coach, is now getting a second interview in person for the New York Jets. That's big news and developing news, because he was an individual that I want. He is my number one guy on my list, and he is getting a second in-person interview for the Jets. They very well could say this is the guy and offer him a deal to be the Jets' next head coach. And the Jets have a lot of opportunities for young coaches to want to be there. Why? They got the second overall pick in the draft. You can take Justin P. Fields. You can take a pick of the litter of quality players coming into the NFL draft. And we're not just talking about the second pick in the draft. We're talking about the second pick in the third, fourth. And they got multiple draft picks, unlike the Detroit Lions, who have 5. It could be a great opportunity for Robert Saleh to start his NFL career with a new quarterback and ability to really put his spot on everything. So we're going to continue to monitor this, and no doubt about it, this is something I'm paying a lot of attention to, because again, this is my number one candidate to be the Detroit Lions head coach. If he's gone, he's gone. And it will be a little bit of frustrating for the fact that we have not allowed second interviews yet. We're still on the process of getting one interview. We still have not had a general manager yet, but the process is beginning with other teams. So hopefully the Detroit Lions can start to pick this up and begin the process of second interviews. I get you wanting to get a whole span of people, and I agree with that, but at the same time, we don't want the good ones to be taken away from the Detroit Lions. And speaking of good ones, we have a good interview that will be taking place for general manager of the Detroit Lions. I am a patient guy, but I also do not want to miss out on opportunities to get the highest quality of candidate. I am just afraid that we'll be the last of the last back of the bus, waiting to get the perfect guy, but yet the perfect guys goes to other teams. Yes, that could be a fear that's unfounded, but that is my fear being a Lions fan. I've seen this happen multiple times. I've seen this move happen again and again, and I just don't want this to happen again. I want to get the right guy. I want to get the right guy to lead the franchise. I want to have the best general manager, the best head coach that we can get to move this team in the right direction. So please, Lions, don't miss out on an opportunity just because you want to interview everybody. Have that list narrowed down. Please get this right. Just get this thing right. And I think that's the most important thing. Get the general manager hire right. Get the head coach hire right. And turn the franchise around. The Lions will interview Colts assistant general manager Ed Dodds for general manager of the Detroit Lions. Now, Dodds is very coveted by many, many teams. So when it comes to Dodds, he's very selective when he wants to interview. He's turned down jobs. Last year, he had an opportunity with the Carolina Panthers, and he turned it down. But now he's interviewing for the Detroit Lions. And to me, this is very interesting. A little bit to understand him. He's really helped shape this roster of the Colts for a unknown team to be a very quality defensive team, very high-powered defense, and a very good offense. The Colts have had good records. We're talking 11-5, we're talking 10-6, we're talking 9-7, and that's just in 3 years. We're talking playoffs, and even with a quarterback who is over the hill in Phillip Rivers, he has really helped shape a team to a power team, and that's something that we want here for the Detroit Lions. They've had great trades for the Colts. They've had good drafts for the Colts. They have had quality records. They've had decent free agents. This is a team that you kind of want to replicate regarding success of a roster. And Ed Dodds has been an integral piece towards that. So this is a great shocker for the Detroit Lions to have an interview with such a talent. Hopefully he will be intrigued enough to really consider this and not do what he's done in the last couple of years and do an interview and decline to want to take the opportunity. Detroit is a difficult spot to be in if you want to take over this roster, and I can understand people wanting to turn it down. But if you like a challenge, if you want to be having statues, you turn the Detroit Lions into a good football team, and you'll be known forever as a legend in the city of Detroit. You'll be known as the GOAT of Detroit if you can turn this franchise around and really make a name for yourself. We're going to look upon this and continue to see what is taking place. But he is connected to Robert Saleh as well as Daryl Bevel. So there's more connections there. We'll see going forward, no doubt about it, what is taking place here. In the upcoming videos, again, breaking news, you're going to want to hit that notification bell. I do not know when videos are going to drop. Every day I wake up, there's something new that happens, and I'm going to report about it as best as I can. Other than that, until we get a sustained news cycle, I'm be doing breaking news. It's going to be sporadic, so hit that notification bell. But on Thursday, it is not sporadic. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be doing the One Pride podcast. It's going to be absolutely fun. We're going to be talking about the latest news and rumors of the Detroit Lions. You don't have to be a Lions fan. Come in there, pop in your question about your team. We'll have fun. We'll be talking draft. We'll be talking everything about the NFL and the Detroit Lions. So make sure you pop in for that.